Good morning and welcome to Shambhavi Spectrum. Today, in our Marketing Magic Industry Insights, I have the young, talented, tech savvy Tamer Abuhijleh with me. Welcome, Tamer. Thank you so much for finding the time to come here.
Thank you so much for this opportunity and my absolute pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, we've been in touch for a while now, and
Mhm.
the reason I use tech savvy is because your organization is everything about technology and sports.
Mhm.
So while everybody's been interested in sports and we've seen so many different venues on it, and but you have something different to tell. Tell me, how did you dare to you dare?
Sure. Now I'll tell you about why sports and first, and then I'll tell you why you're there. Sports is since the beginning, from my early childhood, was my true passion. I used to love doing sports. That's why I've tried so many sports. I'm not saying I'm good in all of them, but I've tried so many different sports. And what sports means to me is not just keep me fit or release stress. That's what usually people do. It helped me to survive as well in this life. Because of the sports, I have passed so many obstacles in my life. Um, so that's why I'm so attached to sports. But being from the Middle East, when you went towards the sports, the family doesn't support much. You need to go to something that pay you bills and all. So I had to study finance, which I don't regret, but I couldn't take a sport as a profession at the early stages. But still, it's so close to my heart. And then I realized being into sports and doing sports almost every day, I realized that there is a gap in that market. That's when uDare clicked in my mind. So, what is the gap and why you there? Now I will answer it. Now, I will give you to make it simple and easy. If you want to eat and you're confused, where you go to Zomato, Talabat, these food delivery. That's where you find everything in one platform. If you want to book a hotel, you go to booking.com. That's where you find all the hotels in one platform. But there is nothing like that when it comes to sport, where you can do water sports, compact, martial arts, ball games in one platform. So that's when uDare came into the picture, and we said, okay, why we don't start that? And that's what we did. And then when we start questioning people, we realized that there is another pain that so many people they don't find playpals for team sports. We said, okay, why we don't also solve that? And the maximum pain in the market is the split payment. A lot of people go through that. I forget my wallet, I don't have change, and all that. So that was a priority for us to solve also. And that's what we do. And that's how we are in the market now.
Very nice. So, as I understand, you have aggregated the sports, you've aggregated team players so people can play together. And the
Yeah,
third part that you have resolved is the payment plan, how they can pay for it so that there is
yeah,
no stress between the players. And okay. Uh,
absolutely.
did all of it happen at the same time, or was it a general progression where you started with the sport and then you moved on to the other two?
No, see what happened um, while I was working in my ex-post, it was a tough decision because I had a very good salary and a good position. So I said, okay, I want to make sure that this will work. I don't want my own opinion that it is needed, it is amazing idea, but I wanted to make sure that the market needs it. So what we did, we start questioning a lot of venues during the weekend. Come to Dubai, Abu Dhabi, question different venues. We want to come up with a solution. What pain you have, what issues you want us to solve. We kept on hearing and gathering data. We did the same with the users, with athletes. Um, from what you're suffering, what is your maximum pain. We started gathering data, and then we came up with the full picture and we started the development just to make sure that it will be suitable for the market. And so it came as one product.
So the offering was one. When it came to the end user, it was one. It was not in split or it was not a progression, right? That's what you're
Mm,
saying. It came
yeah,
as one. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
You kept saying we. So you have another partner, if I know
yeah.
correctly. Please tell me more about your partner. And I also want to understand that entrepreneurship comes about and how does partnership come about?
Um, I remember when I was very young, my uncle told me something there, and it kept in my mind. He told me, listen, when it got two things, if your gut feeling tells you no, even if everything is perfect, just walk away from it. Marriage and partnership. Tell me when you want to do business or marriage, if your gut feeling, even if everything is perfect, but there's something in you says, I'm not really still comfortable, walk away. So with my partner, we used to work together. He's from South Korea. Everyone is like, when I say South Korea, is like, how did you get, how you know him? How did you meet him? So we
In
used to work.
Dubai, anything can happen.
Exactly, exactly. So we used to work together in Abu Dhabi, and I used to organize a lot of football games. So that's where I myself suffered, you know. And himself, the company sent him for 6 months to Indonesia. During these 6 months, he was hoping to play one football game. So he used to take his shoes, go sit in the close to the field, just wait, hoping for someone to tell him like, "Why you're sitting? Come join us." And it didn't happen. So that's when it clicked in our mind. And how we know that we're gonna be a great partnership, because even before we start thinking about doing business together, we traveled together. We were like really good friends. So that's when we said, okay, we're gonna be like a great team to start this journey, and that's how we carried on.
You,
The
you, you brought up a very good point. Nothing like traveling with a person to understand their
true,
their
true,
mood
true,
swings or their behavior and how people behave under stress. That's a great tip, I think. So I think they should every time, and probably that's the reason why there should be resorts and off-site kind of things for as team building. I think that is really important when you travel with people. That's
true.
great. Tell me more about your academic background and how does it help you now with your entrepreneurship?
Sure. I finished my high school in UAE, being originally Jordanian, but I was born and raised in UAE. Then I went to Cyprus for my bachelor in finance. As I mentioned, my true passion was sports, so I was hoping if I could do physiotherapy for athletes. But
Mhm.
again, family comes here, is like, no, you need to go for something that pays your bill. So I studied finance. And then once I finished, I worked in Cyprus for a little while, and then Turkey, and then Jordan. And then I came back, all corporate. The one in Turkey was in a bank, but the rest were all in corporate finance. Even when I graduated, I applied to more than 80 football clubs across the world, hoping that they will take me as in finance department. Yeah, and then I came to you in 2014, again corporate work. In 2016, I moved to my ex-post where I met my partner there, my business partner. During I worked for there for 4 years. During these 4 years, I did my master degree in corporate treasury, again finance, but in Dubai. I did not travel this time. And yeah, in 2020, I decided to follow my true passion, which is sports, and that's when we started working as full time for uDare.
Wait. Before I say anything more about uDare, I just want to ask you a question. My audience is mainly entrepreneurs and students also.
Hmm.
Now,
Hmm.
there is a lot of talk around this that whether you should have some experience and then you should get into entrepreneurship or you should just jump in as soon as you finish your education. In fact, people don't even give education much importance nowadays. What do
Hmm.
you think about it?
My opinion is to have experience, just to to see the processes how it works, because one day hopefully you will be an entrepreneur at the beginning, but hopefully one day you will be a great corporate, like big corporate. So instead of being lost, and then experience it yourself, see how it works, see how to be under pressure. So also, even when you go to as an entrepreneur, you will value it, that there is no boss there tells you like why you didn't come at 7:30, why you're leaving at 5, and all that, craziness of managers. When you're relieved from it, you will value it much more. So go there, have the pressure, understand the processes, see how the real world works, and then move to your entrepreneur life.
Okay, right. So tell me a little history about you there. When did you actually start, and how have you? What are you looking at now? 22. What is going on? When did you
Sure.
start you there?
The first time ever we had a discussion was on 3rd of January 2019. That was the first time we said, okay, this is an idea. We believe that it is needed in the market. Let's explore that. So from there, we start, as I told you, questioning venues, questioning people, see how, because my background is in finance, my partner background is in engineering. So we have no clue how coding works, how mobile application works. So we had to educate ourselves first. So yeah, we also explored that industry, how the tech companies works, and the best option for us to develop the product itself. um, so that journey took around 1 year and 1 year and 10 months, almost 2 years, almost 2 years. But not only studying the market, is studying the market, finding a third party to develop the application, go through the process and all that. And then from there, the development took longer than expected. So we were supposed to be fully live in 2021, March. We made some changes, some improvement, because at the end, no matter how much you question people, once they see it, they will have a second opinion on it.
Yes.
Yeah. So again, that's why we took our time also to make sure that it will be perfectly fitting the industry. So we had the trial first, see what is the reaction, ask, and then we made some changes and all. So in August 2021, we officially went live.
No.
And yeah, there was a great the sport venues for sure. First, we focus on the sport venues, because for a user, if they download the app and they see only, like, let's say one football field, they will delete the app. Say, well. So we were focused on the sport venue, and it was very welcomed by them. The idea, they love it, and our promise to them as well to convert their off-peak hours to peak hours. How we do that? There are too many people works on shifts, irregular shifts, hotels, hospitals, airlines. So why don't these people, they play at 10 a.m.? They want to. And this is one of the great exposure that we had, or great disclose, let's say, in the market that we had during our survey, that these people are dying to play and do sports. But the problem is they don't know anyone, and they don't have it in mind. It's like 10 a.m. Who's gonna be free? Everyone is in office, you know. So yeah, and then now talking about you there, where we're at now, our main focus is the users, uh, to to um, to acquire users, and we're doing that through social media. But our main focus is through sports events. So we're having a paddle tournament, football tournament. We're planning for swimming competition and another football tournament. That's what we're doing for people to know what is you there, download it, enjoy the tournament, as well as explore what is you there and what is it
Correct.
about. Yeah.
All right. So that's so the venues were very welcoming, and as the people, of course, like you said, they're always waiting for some somewhere where they can actually have. And I've lived here 33 years, and sports has come a long way, right? From only cricket and some football, which was going on. Sports has
Hmm.
come a very long way, and it is really great to see. What about the audience? Let's say a person like me who enjoys watching tennis or who enjoys watching football. What about
Hmm.
the audience part of it? Are they also welcomed in a similar way? Or somebody who wants to observe some people playing to learn some tips and tricks? Is there an opportunity for them as well in this?
Currently, I wouldn't say we're focusing there. There is because within the app you can post as a user or as a venue. So if I post that I'm playing against X team or Y team, similar to Instagram, so you will come to know. But
Okay.
in a very near future, one of our uh, great feature that we're planning to implement, but when we have a good user base, let's say you are a tennis player, I don't know you, and your rating is 4.8, and my rating is 4.9. So I can send you a challenge request, even if I don't know you. And if you accept that challenge request, we can book a venue. You can announce it that I'm playing against Tamer, whose rating is this. So your friend can come, my friends can come. At the same time, we want to live stream it. So even your family or your friends in the country or out of the country, they can watch you live playing tennis or football or what so on, depending on the sport. So yeah, we went. The idea is to give the experience for these amateur people, the professionals, how they play. Like when they play a tournament, tennis tournament, audience and live streaming. We want people to experience it. So yeah.
Right. Okay. Are you focused on indoor games also, or is the focus outdoor games only right now?
We have everything. We have water
Think-
sports, indoor, outdoor, everything. Our
Okay.
plan or our idea is to cover all sports. Like
Right.
whatever sports cross your mind, you just download one application, you find it, and you enjoy it.
Very complete solution kind of a thing. Very nice.
Thank
I
you.
must congratulate you,
Thank you
Tamer,
so much.
especially because people are so sometimes, especially when people are new to the Middle East, it's a very lonely life. Like, you
Yeah.
don't know people, you don't have friends. And then at that time, that is the initial struggle which people have. Then, of course, you start making friends. And I think this is a great opportunity.
Hmm.
You were saying something about that you market on social media. So, like I said, one of the questions which I usually want to ask to help entrepreneurs and to help students is to understand how do you market your organization and how do you track that marketing?
Yeah. Now there's so many tools when it comes to the social media. You can even track where their fingers went on the screen.
Oh,
Really, there are
God.
some tools, they can tell you where that user clicked and where his finger was moving or where he was exploring the application. You can track even that. So yeah, there is very, very advanced tools to do so. They can tell you how many seconds they stayed on the same screen, which screen most of the users are spending time on. They can tell you once they joined, well, sorry, once they opened the application, how long it took them to finish the booking. So they're very, very detailed, depending on your audience. That's my, that's the biggest mistake I've seen with entrepreneurs. If something works with you, doesn't mean that it will work with me. If something works in your industry, doesn't mean that it will work in my industry. So that's the mistake. They will say like, okay, one of my friends does this and he had like 2,000 downloads. Fine, but is he in the same industry? Is he doing the same? Like you need to understand that. So when it comes to social media, you need to be very, very um, specific. Yeah. And there is another big mistake they do, as you ask me in this. They think when they have a bigger audience, they have a bigger chance, which is a big mistake. No, be more specific. If you put a criteria while you want to place an ad, don't go for a million audience. Go for like the optimal, they say 50,000, 50 to 100,000. So keep targeting, and plus you reach to 50, around 50 to 100,000. Because if you reach 1 million and the conversion is 0.1%, you get nothing. But if you have 100,000 and then it is 20, 30%, that's what you want.
Right. So
Yeah.
understanding your target audience is very important. So you have a website. I saw that,
Yeah.
and it's interactive. But basically, everything is on the app, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
Do you blog on the website? Do you write blogs?
Not this is something we need to start. This is something missing, but saying that, and again, for entrepreneurs, this is really good. Until now, we are a team of two. We have an
Mm.
outsourced company for the application, but we are a team of two. So don't always have in mind, because a lot, again, many of the entrepreneurs, yeah, I need the investment or I need this to grow my team, to bring people. You can do it. And trust me, no matter how your team is good, they will not do what you do, because it's your baby, it's your business, right? So you will give it from your heart, even if I'm not saying if they're bad people and they don't want to work, but
Yeah.
at the end, it's different when you do it yourself. I'm not saying go all the way by yourself, but you can do it. So don't have in mind, I need three sales, I need this, I need that. And thanks to technology, by the way, now you can access million of people and outsource a lot of work.
True. And many people want to work only as freelancers. They don't want to actually commit full time to organization. So it works both ways.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
and you said you're on Insta. You have an
Yeah.
Insta. So do you do Insta live and all, or just post on Insta regularly? How
Uh,
often?
yeah, we post on a daily basis to keep audience entertained. Now the challenge with us, which is we learned through our mistakes, because at some point we were like, okay, social media, everyone watching it, everyone is seeing that. And then when I start asking expert, because at the end you can't be good in everything, right? But you need to have a background in everything as an entrepreneur. You cannot say like my background is finance, I will do the accounting and stuff, and I don't care about. No, you need to have a background in law, regulations, social media, marketing, everything, sales, everything. And they say entrepreneur learns 5 times more than a doctor, because he has to know everything. So going back to your question, um, I ask like why people are not getting so crazy about product. Is it new? Is needed? Whenever I tell someone, they go, "Oh wow, finally there's something like that." Um, then the expert people told me, "Listen, your product is amazing. It's phenomenal, and I agree with you. It's needed. But how you can explain to me all this in one post or in one small video? And plus, it's totally new. Now, when you say food delivery, directly your subconscious connected with Zomato, with Talabat. So you kind of expect what you want to, what you will see, or what you will have in that, maybe extra features. But when you say all in one marketplace for sports athlete for sports, it's like, what do you mean? Like what is that? They cannot link it because there's nothing like that in the market. So it will take some time for people to know that we exist, we are there, and this is what we do. So what we have learned that physical event is the powerful tool for us at the moment. And then social media can come into. I'm not saying we're ignoring social media. Social media is always important, but kind of more of a brand awareness rather than uh, convergence. So physical event will make them download it, see it, explore it, understand it, and then follow up with our new features, if there's any game pending, whatever, through the social media, because they already understand what is it about. Yeah.
But what you said is very true because social media is not the all in all. Uh,
Hmm.
if your product or offering is not what the people want, then any kind of awareness or anything does not make any difference. Your offering has to be what reaches to people, and that is the most important thing. Do you send newsletters or anything like that to your
Yeah,
customers? You do?
we do. And it's very important
How
because
often? How often do you send
almost on
newsletters?
weekly basis, depending on if we have events, if we have things, we can do it twice a week, but
Mm.
regularly in weekly basis. And there is myself, I was like, is this important? Because I don't know, right? Then I realized it is really important because maybe today I don't want to play football, but next week I want to play football, or maybe next week I don't want to play football. Maybe the week after I want to do swimming. So, okay, uDare is there. I got the email, but then I got busy with my life, with my kids, with my work, whatever. I just totally forgot. So next week, oh yeah, there is uDare. Yeah, 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 yeah. And now I remember I can do this and that and that. So it is really important to keep doing it and don't think that user will get sick of you or they'll get irritated. Just don't do it on daily basis for sure, but do it regularly.
That's wonderful because actually, one of the things which I keep talking about is newsletters. And I also say that if your customer or your intended audience is not opening the newsletter, it is because it's not interesting enough. If it was
Absolutely.
interesting enough, people would definitely open the newsletters. So
Hmm.
that's a great thing. You have a Facebook page, Tamer?
Yeah,
You have a
we do.
Facebook page. So
Yeah.
you have Facebook page, you have Insta. Are you on Twitter?
Twitter now, uh, uh, but we are on YouTube as well,
Mhm.
and we are on TikTok.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah,
The new place to be in.
yeah, exactly.
And
Um,
what about LinkedIn? Do you have a page for the
yes,
organization on LinkedIn as well? And of course,
we
you're
do.
there on LinkedIn, and we've connected
Yeah.
through various networks. So that's is there anything else apart from all this that you're doing for the organization, which is something different, mm, for you there to make more create awareness or anything else that you do? What about
Um,
inclusion games? What about for people of, who now, especially Sheikh Mohammed has declared that there should be more inclusion in terms of even schooling and stuff. We always have had sports which are specific for people of physically challenged. Do you have anything like that which you're proposing, or do you already have something?
no, already have, not yet. But yes, this is our in our plan. Um, because we want to be not on like we want to be for women, for kids, for for disabled people, normal, old, young. Sports is not
Yeah.
linked with the limit, with an age. Sorry. I'll give you an example. Yesterday I was networking and I was shocked that there is one guy who broke the world record, Guinness record, holding breath underwater, and he started training at the age of 47. That's when he started training. That he said, okay, I think I like that and I see myself I can improve. And he started, training himself how to hold the breath and all. And he broke the world record. So there is no age for sports. And actually, I believe that it become more important and more essential when you grow older. It's not
Correct.
when you order, oh, I need to chill now. No, but know what kind of a sport to do. That's
That's
what important.
you're
Um,
so right. Yes, please, you're saying something. Yeah.
Yeah. So going back to your question, yes, we don't have currently because we're taking like kind of baby steps, right? We can't have because we want people to understand who we are because we are totally new in the world. Like there's nothing like us in the world. So we need to know that, okay, we do exist people. Now there's something like that. So let them understand it. And then step by step, we will add up features. And for sure that area we need to be in.
So it's a great thing. Congratulations, Tamer, that you said that there is nothing like this in the world. So
Mhm.
very soon, are we going to see a model like this for in other countries also? And have you thought about patent, trademark? What is your
Yeah,
uh,
we
take on
did
that?
our study on that, and unfortunately for mobile application, there is no patent. There is only patent for the trademark. But as a technology itself or an
Yes.
idea, we couldn't. Even we ask in US because in US the patent is much wider. than anywhere in the world. Still, that's why you see, going back to the same example of Talabat, Zomato, delivery, they all serve the same purpose,
Right.
just different interfaces, but they all serve the same purpose. That's why you see many also Uber Eats, Careem. There are too
Right.
many.
Yeah.
Um,
But you will
uh,
always be known as the market leader. So that is something which nobody can take from you. What I was thinking is if people go travel and they have the uDare application and they have, somewhere where they can connect with similar users, then maybe they would be interested. You also will be providing them a safe place where, you're not playing with a stranger who's complete stranger, but a person
mhm,
who's a part of the uDare network. That would give little bit because safety is definitely a concern in many countries
absolutely.
and when you're traveling especially. So that is something which we will look forward to very soon. And I wish you all the very best, Tamer. And before you sign off, can you please just say, give some tip or mantra or something which you work by for yourself, which works for you, and which you want to share with anybody
Sure,
who's listening to us?
sure. Now, just I want to step one,
Sure.
we take one step back. We are already soon. We have a licensing agreement with Indonesia. So soon, uDare will be in Indonesia. We have a very serious interest from US and India. So hopefully we'll be in these countries within this year. Um,
Wonderful. Wonderful.
yeah. Going back to your question before we sign off, my advice, which I've seen, and a lot of entrepreneurs do that mistake, they don't do a market survey. They ask their own circle, and trust me, your own circle, they will be always nice to you. No matter what is your idea, just to be nice to you, they'll say, this is a great idea. Yeah, why not? Yeah, you will succeed. Don't listen to them. They want to just be nice to you because a lot of failure comes. It's like, yeah, I'm starting this, but how big is your market? Okay, I'm not saying it's not needed. It is a great idea, but how big is your market? Is it only for women? And if it's only for women, which age? So if you're talking about, let's say from 18 to 30, that's not a business. That's a product line. Product line means an existing business can expand their product line and take this idea in and start producing or whatever it is. So it's a product line, it's not a business. So you need to think of scalability. And if you want to make sure that it's a great idea and need it, ask strangers. Don't ask your circle, don't ask your friends, don't ask your family. So yeah, because a lot of people they go this, then I tell them, okay, but how big is your market? I don't doubt that it is needed, but still, how big is your market? How much you can earn? Telling me that I will be earning 10,000, 20,000 per month, that's not a business. You cannot survive with that. So this is my advice to every entrepreneur. Second advice, do the study before you take the step. Don't, when you jump in the market, you see the market is not responding to you, is like, what's wrong? And then you start doing these things. Do it before. Um, don't be afraid. If you believe, if you did your homework, if you did your study, if you see that there is a room for that to come into the market, do it. Things gonna come. Don't ever work and do business. That's another advice because trust me, I experienced it myself. When you're fully committed and things don't go well, you will come up with
But
100 ideas. But if you're working, you already have the safe net. So if you feel or you doubt that is not gonna work, you'll be like, okay, finish. I'll go back to my work and then I'll have the 8 to 5 job.
right. Thank you so much, Tamer. That was very, very
No,
insightful. And
thank you.
it's been such a pleasure talking to you. And stay back, don't go away. I'll just sign off from here now. And by
Mhm.
wishing you there and you and your partner all the very best. And we look forward to seeing more of you in more countries, on more platforms, and
I love.
inclusive of more people. Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye
much. Thank you.
bye.
Bye bye.